Office of the manager here. Okay.
No, it's well. Okay. Just a few moments. Like to make sure that these as well documented first. Okay. So our first contestant will be Seva Al-Ghazal from 11A3, right?
All right.
I will be putting the spotlight on you.
The timer will start when I start talking, right?
Yes, sir. Wait, give me a moment. Sorry, can you say salam for all, Seva?
Sorry?
Can you say salam?
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay.
Is
Is that good enough, Mr. Hamdi? Okay.
All right.
Okay, whenever you're ready, I will start the timer.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I am so happy to be here to speak to all of you today. Morning, good afternoon, fellow judges. First of all, I would like to say, do you know? It's a very, very common question. Do you know that a lot of people have opinions about many things, without any real proof at all? Sorry, sir. Do you know that a lot of people have opinions about many things without any real proof at all? With all of the information out there, it is almost impossible for an average person to know what to believe. And this includes myself. I know for sure that most people will believe anything without evidence if it's trending. For example, millions of people thought that the world would end in 2012 because of the Mayans calendar. And look what happened. People panicked for no reason. Before I was born, my parents told me that they had this thing called Y2K, where people believed that because everything from their finances to their militaries was connected to computers. And on the 31st of December, 1999, at the strike of midnight, computers would stop working, in turn, ending the world. Guess what? We're still here. The point is that people act before they think with incomplete information. Moving on to these days, many people believe that eventually artificial intelligence, or what we call as AI, will replace the jobs that we do every day. And I understand why people would be afraid of this. They would start by thinking, how will they support their lives? How will they support their families, feed their children? This is a serious concern, but in my opinion, it's a bit short-sighted. People do not realize that this is something that will not happen overnight. Actually, truth to be told, it has been happening for years and years, and we can see it everywhere, from the accounting and transportation industries, as well as traditional brick and mortar stores. I guess what I'm saying here is that many jobs are already fading. Sounds pretty serious, don't you think? Well, if that's all the information I had and I worked in one of those industries, I think that I'll be mad and angry. But did you know, according to both Forbes and National Geographic, because of the technological advancements with AI, by 2026, which is around 4 or 5 years from now, hospitality will expand by 108%, construction 113%, health 121%, and these are just a few of them, not to mention the massive demand for computers and trade markets. With the advantage of technology, you can see that as jobs are being replaced, more and more industries are expanding and new industries are being created, so we will be just fine. Other than that, people are also afraid that AI will take over our creative industries. Up until recently, I actually believed the same thing. However, in my research, I've read articles written by many industry leaders, including Tom Evans, the founder of Bleep Bleeps, Nick Knight, the founder of a fashion website, which is called the showstudio.com, and Andy Serkis, a famous actor also a producer and co-founder of the Imagination Studio. He is better known as the Gollum from Lord of the Rings, if you know him. Well, so these guys basically all agreed that the advancements in AI will not jeopardize our creative industries. In fact, AI will help our creativity to a next level. In an article written by Forbes magazine, it is mentioned that AI will take over our manual tasks and basic decision making, allowing more people to focus more on their creative visions. Basically, AI will not only advance in the industries, but also will take over our vision to a level that we've never seen before. So to conclude, it has been clear to me that AI will not take over our service and creative industries. As mentioned, as some jobs are being replaced, other industries are growing at an exponential rate, creating more jobs than are being lost. Regarding to the creative industry, technology has allowed our visions into reality. Here are a few examples from the movies to prove my point. For example, Star Wars, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, any other movies that involves technology. We can see that these AIs are actually helping our creative industries. So with this much change in only a few decades, I can't wait to see what cinema will look like when I'm at my parents' age. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let me let that sink in first. I'm gonna pass it on to Mr. Hamdi first for a few comments regarding our first participant. Mr. Hamdi, you have anything to say?
Yes, first of all, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm really happy to see you today, guys. Shaifa, really good. Okay. Your pronunciation, your fluency, grammar, vocabularies, everything simple, everything went smoothly. But I only have just a few comments. Okay, it's not a big deal, but I hope you accept it. Okay. First of all, you start this speech with a mistake, which is good morning. It's okay to do it once, no problem. But in the second time, also you repeat it one more time and you say good morning. It means you just maybe because nervous, maybe, I don't know. Okay, but just be careful with this, repeating the same mistake less than few seconds, the same problem. Okay.
All right.
And Saifa, when you do any mistake, no need to say sorry, sir. No need. Don't say that. When you do mistake, just correct it. But don't ever say, I'm sorry. No, don't say that. And you just say, include myself. Just say, include me. Okay. Your intonation, very good. Stressing the words, very good. But I have only one funny mistake when you said, you know, Lord of the Rings, you know. Why did the tongue sound like, why that? So don't do it. Don't do it. It comes out automatically. I know that. It's okay. But just next time, try to control it. This is from me. Thanks a lot. So we'll come back to Taziel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hamdi. Thank you, Mr. Hamdi. And this is also the reason why I let Mr. Hamdi went first, because I needed some time to think, to see. You see, what you have to understand, this is also for maybe the other viewers or maybe those from junior high, maybe the participants from junior high might watch, right? You see, we don't find faults simply because we want to find faults. It's because we want to see what we can improve in your presentation. Believe us, it's hard to analyze how you do things and give constructive criticisms or actually advices, right? In a way that could help you on in your next run. And just like what Mr. Hamdi said, right, very few things that he could pick on to help you improve. So, and I would say the same thing. Overall, it was great. It was well done. The piece itself, unfortunately, right, to make it fair, the scoring doesn't focus on the script itself, right? Because of the lack of preparation from other students. Nevertheless, it was very, very well done. It seems that it's so you, it's something that you're interested in, something that reflects what your generation thinks and cares about. I might not have much to add on because Mr. Hamdi took some of it, alhamdulillah. But rather I'd like to point some positive habits that you have already practiced. This could be something that the other participants can also apply, which is avoiding to use unnecessary fillers or what would you call that, pauses. I have to be honest, there were many times where you either slipped, right, when you pronounce something, or you mistakenly said something else.
Yep.
But you didn't say you didn't say you simply corrected, as Mr. Hamdi said, right? There was one part at the last paragraph, if I might say, where you messed up just a little bit, right? But you corrected it right away, and that's it. You went on, and that was very well done. That was very well done.
Yeah.
Other than that, pronunciation, the tone of voice that you used, the volume itself, I think it was good, right? I'm not sure what else can I say to make it better, but very well done. Thank you very much, Seva.
I'd like to ask the time.
The time?
Yeah.
It was actually 5:15 a while ago.
Alright.
5:15. It was good. It was it was a good thing that the movie examples you mentioned, I was thinking like if he's gonna mention a lot of movies, this is going to go too far. But you kept it short. That was great. Well done.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Let us move on to the next one. Okay. By random generation, let me randomly pick that. Okay. Our next contestant will be Salman. Okay. Sorry, there is an announcement here. Salman, you're given 3 minutes to prepare yourselves. Okay. And whenever you're ready, you are allowed to start.
Is it time for me to speak now, Mr. L?
Yes, whenever you're ready, we can start the time.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Sorry, Salman. Mr. Hamdi, are there any issues with the audio? Is it clear? It's good. Okay. Okay, Salman, you may start.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Salman Azamakia. I am from 11I4, and today I would like to give a speech about the case of school uniform. Some people might be wondering, should students be required to wear a uniform to school? That is the question that has been raised for discussion here today. Private schools have long been known for having a school uniform policy. Now, some public schools, such as ours, are deciding whether or not they want their students to wear school uniform. Some people argue that requiring students to dress certain way takes away their sense of creativity and individuality. However, there are some strong arguments in favor of school requiring a school uniforms. Wearing a school uniform can encourage some students to take their responsibility more seriously. If they wear the same clothes to a school that they wear when they go to the mall with their friends, they might have the same laid-back attitude in both places. Wearing a work clothes to a school can change the student frame of mind and inspire more serious attitude that is focused on study. school uniforms can also lessen the negative effect of class status. In some schools, you are only popular if you are wear the latest fashion and trends. Students are sometimes left out or even teased if they are unable or unwilling to pay a dress the way the popular students are dressing. By requiring students to wear school uniform levels the playing field by reducing the implied class status that is created when only certain students can buy the most expensive clothes. Not only is teasing is decreased, but of violence can also be prevented at school that have required uniform. Gang violence is becoming more prevalent at schools around the country. Sometimes fight can start over someone wearing the wrong color or a gang symbol. There have been instances of gang members sneaking around into school to recruit or harass students. By requiring school uniform can reduce fighting among students and prevent outsiders from being able to get into school undetected. Some opponents of school uniforms worry about the cost, but uniform can actually cost less than other school. I think that will be for my speech. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I forgot to mute myself. Thank you very much, Salman. Right? Thank you very much, Salman. Quite I'm sorry. Quite cutting it close, but still well done. Mr. Hamdi, if you would like to have a few words. Just a means of context. Yeah, we have been chatting a while ago because Salman was surprised. He got the information of the competition very, very late earlier in this morning. Nevertheless, that was very well done, Salman.
Okay, Salman. Actually, it's like I don't know, this kind of competition getting hot now. Okay, we have a good I don't know, good performance. Okay, let's say it's really good. You're really good for the first one, Saifa, and then the second one, Salman. I mean the numbers. Okay, it's not the level. Okay. Salman, my comment for you when you start, actually it's simple things, but it might affect negatively to your performance, okay? But you have done well. The first thing when you mentioned the name of your class, you said 11 E. You said like this, okay? Which is you said A with Bahasa Indonesia, okay? It was really good when you use the conjunction, okay, such as however, and it's really good actually using these things in any speech or even in IELTS test or something. It's really good. Overact, if I'm not mistaken. I'm really sorry to say overact, okay? But the things that really take my attention, that when you start to catch your neck, okay, like this, and then also you start to push your forehead like this is overacting, that no need to do it, okay, based on the things that you talk about, okay. But also one mispronunciation, you said country. You said country. Okay, it should be country, right? But you said count. Really simple mistake. Okay, you've done well. Nice intonation. Everything went smoothly. Thank you very much.
Okay. The same could be said from my part as well. That was very well done, Salman. I apologize if I'm lagging. There seems to be some problem with the connection right now. Nevertheless, to add on from what Mr. Hamdi said as well, right? To add on from what Mr. Hamdi said as well, there were some gestures that might be, as Mr. Hamdi said, for lack of a better term, overreacting. What we mean by that is that sometimes we need to find the right time to use gestures to emphasize on the message that we are trying to deliver. And sometimes simply using intonations or raising, the volume of our voice a bit, right, is good enough to, emphasize on this message, right? In fact, sometimes, right, as you might have learned later on, is that not every part of the speech itself has to be emphasized, right? There are times where you have to lay it low, and there are times where you have to stress it, because you can't just emphasize everything. In that case, nothing will be emphasized, right? But in any case, very well done. Very well done. Honestly, honestly, it felt like one of those. What would you call that? Not inspirational. There's a term for that. Those speakers. I forgot what it's called. Like inspirational speakers. Those guys who like speak with power. It's like, yeah, like this, like that. Let's go.
Enthusiastic.
Yeah, enthusiastic. Motivational speakers. Yeah, he sounded like a motivational speaker with how he's saying, which is good, right? Which is good. But then there are things that you may improve on in your speech so that you can get to another level. In any case, well done, Salman. Okay, we shall move on to our last contestant, Attila Reza. Okay, we hope you're ready. We will give you 3 minutes to prepare, and whenever you feel like you're ready, please tell us, and we start.
Before that, is my voice clear? Is this good enough?
Very clear, honestly.
Is my connection also good?
Actually, yes. Mr. Hamdi, do we need to lower the camera, or is that okay?
I think it's fine.
It's fine. Okay, then beautiful.
What class is he?
Attila is was from 10A3, is that right?
I'm from 10A3.
Yes, 10A3. So just tell us whenever you're ready. You're given 2 minutes now to prepare.
I think I'm ready. Should I begin?
Great. Nice. Whenever you're ready, you may begin, and I will start the timer.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before I begin, let us first express our gratitude to the presence of our God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most gracious God, who has bestowed His grace upon us so that on this lovely afternoon, we can gather together in good health. Hello everyone, my name is Reza. I'm from class 10A3. Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that is quite popular, that is bullying. Let's talk about bullying. What is bullying? Well, bullying refers to one or more people or perpetrators who have greater physical or social power than their victim or victims, and they act aggressively towards them by verbal or physical means. This behavior is usually done repetitively or habitually. Have you ever been bullied before? Has it happened to your friends? Bullying can happen anywhere, but it tends to happen in and around schools, and also in cyberspace. I mean, online in cyberspace. Why does this happen? Well, sometimes people get bullied because they are different, or maybe because they are in the wrong place at the wrong time. People usually bully others because they have a lack of attention, power, status, or love. So they try to make up for it by bullying others. Sometimes people don't realize that they are bullying others because they think they're just joking around or playing around. But for some people, that act of joking around can be hurtful for them. Let's talk about the types of bullying. Types of bullying include physical bullying, which includes kicking, punching, and hair pulling. Emotional bullying, which includes spreading rumors about people and saying hurtful things. verbal bullying, which includes foul language directed at the victim and commenting negatively on someone else's looks, sexual bullying, which includes groping and using sexually insulting language, and finally, cyberbullying. Anxiety, depression, psychosomatic symptoms are common among both bullies and their victims. Alcohol and substance abuse by them are commonly seen later in life. The victims may feel depressed, anxious, angry, stressed, helpless, out of control, and may experience a significant drop in their school performance. Or in rare cases, they might even commit suicide. On the other hand, while most bullies in the long term grew up to be emotionally functional adults, many have an increased risk of developing antisocial personality disorder, which is linked to an increased risk of committing criminal acts. So then, how do we stop or prevent bullying? Well, it all comes down to the people surrounding them, their parents, their family, their teachers, their friends, and etc. Studies have shown that bullying programs set up in schools with the engagement of staff and faculty have been shown to reduce peer victimization and bullying. Incidences of bullying are noticeably reduced when the students themselves disapprove of bullying. We must be aware of this problem. We have to be strong, keep our heads high, and do our best to stop bullying. Remember, bullying is everyone's business. Thank you everyone for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, Mr. Hamdi, would you like to take it first or go ahead?
You first. Hey.
Yeah, okay. I'm good.
You first.
Okay. I think I'll go first.
Okay,
I think I'll go first. Okay, I'll go first. Thank you. So, Reza, first of all, right? From what I see, okay, pronunciation, grammar, the vocabulary, the script itself, very well done. It was beautiful, right? Another point of plus, right? Positive. From what I see, you are very well prepared with this whole speech. I can literally see from your movements that you seem to have practiced this multiple times yourself. Like, at this point of the line, I'm going to use this gesture. At this point of the line, I'm going to look there. I'll make this kind of gesture, this facial expression, this intonation, and so on. And I mean, we know if somebody just makes it out of the fly or when they've actually practiced this so that it feels or it looks natural, right, to the viewers or the audience. And for that, I say very, very well done. Now, something that you can improve on is, I'm not sure how to say this. Again, like what I said a while ago, it seems like you've planned almost to every word, like what intonation you should use and so on, but it seems to lack, spirit. It feels a bit monotone, right? It feels a bit monotone. Yes, there is still some intonations. Gestures were on point, right? There was a lack of spirit in my point of view. It does not mean that you do not understand the text itself, nor does it mean that you lack the interest on the text, but simply the tone of your voice makes it less effective. Okay. As a point, let me, for example, I think there was one part here. Sometimes people don't realize that they're bullying others because they think that they're just joking or playing around. But for some people, that act of joking around can be hurtful to them. Now, you nail this part with regards to your gestures, and seemingly your intonation is on point, but it lacks emotions, right? this is a very good point in your speech where you can connect to the viewers, you can connect to the audience as if you're saying that, hey, I know like I'm saying this to connect with you guys who experienced bullying, right? We know you're there, right? And you guys need to know this. And so there are lines like this where like, a play of your emotions or adding emotion in the way you speak would really help to connect with the audience. Like sometimes people don't realize that they're bullying others because something like that. Okay. Overall, right? If Salman a while ago sounded like, a motivational speaker, for me, you sounded like a what do you call that? The voiceover in a documentary. Like very, very precise, but there's a lack of emotion sometimes from how I hear it. Nevertheless, everything else is on point. Very well done. I think that's it from me. Mr. Hamdi, would you like to add?
Yes. I'm really sorry to give you my comment. Once again, my comments are not personal comments, okay? And I hope that my comment will help you to improve your performance later. Somehow, I felt that you are quite tough at the beginning, okay? That we are in a military session and you are a soldier and you say bullying is like this, let's do it like this, let's talk about bullying, let's talk about like this. So it's like that, okay? So these things is like this too serious reaction sometimes make me messed up where I am, right? Like I don't know what are you talking about. I know the whole meaning, the whole title, but sometimes because your face expression make me scared sometimes. But so far so good, okay? But you need practicing just like that. And also, you ask a lot of questions. Asking a question in a speech, it's okay, no problem. But asking too many questions, this is not good sometimes because it gives in like expression like you just memorize. You cannot talk by yourself, but you just memorize. Like I said, what is bullying? Bullying is. What are bullying type? So this is like asking yourself a question. It's better don't do it. Okay, if you have many questions, just handle the points. Just arrange it. It will be fine. And in your intonation also quite flat. Sometimes there is intonation, sometimes quite flat. But I didn't feel that dangerous. But I didn't feel it's up using fillers. Fillers is the word that you don't need it at all. Like let's talk about. No, don't stop saying let's talk about. Okay. So just this is my my comment. The last one when you say etc. I don't know. Consider that I know nothing. So don't ever say etc. But say and many more. You said the type of bullying 1, 2, 3, and many more. But don't say etc. because I don't know what is etc. Okay. This is from me. Really sorry for my comments. Maybe it's quite tough, but I hope will be helpful. Okay. This from me. Thanks a lot. And we go back to something else.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Hamdi. Right. So, thank you very much to Abdillah Reza as well. So these are our contestants from the high school division. Give me a moment. All right, these are our contestants from the high school division. We thank you very much for your participation. Just a few words from us, right? And I'm sure I speak for Mr. Hamdi as well. We enjoyed these presentations so much. It is really good. You have no idea. You have no idea, right? We're not even thinking, you know, we have to, you see, when you know that a presentation is good is when you forgot why are you there. Like in our cases, we're supposed to supposedly judge you, right? But then, you know, let us be real. There are moments, you know, when we're listening to you, like we can listen to this all day. Like, yeah, go on. Like we'd like to listen to
Enjoy
this.
it somehow.
Yeah, it was really good. Honestly, guys, it was good, right? And the only reason, right, the only reason that we're very passionate about giving you tips is because we know that you guys have the potential to be better. The three of you guys, and also those who are watching, right? Maybe there are some from the streaming who are interested. Hey, I'd like to improve on my potential as well. Well, if that's the case, the next time there are opportunities like this in the school or outside of school, don't be shy, right? Don't be shy. Go head on and experience these yourself, right? Ask your English teacher, practice yourself, right? Just like the three participants that we have here. Very, very well done. Thank you very much, everyone. So, as mentioned a while ago, uh, all your presentations a while ago are recorded, and then we will discuss more about how well you have done. We'll discuss more about how well you have done, and the announcement for the winner will be decided later on by the committee of the class meeting of the whole event. Okay. In
And
any
by the
case,
way,
thank you
for the
very
next
much.
2 weeks, I'm going to have in our class how to give a presentation and how to give a speech. We're going to practice it in our classroom.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Mr. Hamdi's class. Anyways, yes, thank you very much, Mr. Hamdi. Right, thank you very much, Ustadz Iwan, for helping us to handle this event and competition. Thank you again for everyone who's watching, and also our wonderful students, our trio. And without further ado, let us end this competition, this event, by saying the kafaratul majlis. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم
Uh,
السلام.
okay. Mr. Hamdi, if you may, would you stay in